have you with us from Faurot Field, Memorial Stadium in Columbia, Missouri. We are here for a Saturday night clash, and it just doesn't get much more thrilling than this one on EA Sports College Football. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the Missouri Tigers offense will have the football first. And here comes Austin Simmons. Last time out, a solid day in a victory, throwing for more than 200 yards and a couple of scores. They'll run this play from the pistol. They'll start this drive on the ground with Hardy. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Throwing Simmons. Got a man. It's Hardy. Runs through a tackle. And eventually taken down. But what about that spin move? Gives him the first down yardage. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Simmons. Makes the catch. Turning it on. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. The Tigers have it with a 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Hardy. Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
And the Tigers go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Here's a give to Hardy. Plows ahead for a pickup of 1 to the 32.
Well, one of the reasons why it's hard to run against this defense is because of that guy right there. He's one of the best D tackles in the game, and he's got tremendous explosiveness, quicks. He's strong at the point of attack. He can shed blocks, and he completely ate that last run on him.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
He's got an open man, and he'll run into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers!
How about that first drive by the offense? Usually script the first 10 plays. Well, I had 1 extra. It only took 9. Great job moving down the field, stringing plays that look like other plays together, and getting this opening drive touchdown.
What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Longhorns offense will now get its first chance with the football. And here comes Arch Manning. They were all over him for the entire game last time out. 3 sacks and a couple of picks. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Smothers. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Arch Madness unloads to the wideout. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the 2nd down misfire. Throws to the tight end. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Taking it the other way. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession. Missouri's offense heads out ready to go. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0. Caught.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football.
Touchdown, Tigers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He's tackled, brought down right at the 25-yard line on the return. The Longhorns head out, hoping to move the ball on this possession. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. On the ground, it's Smothers. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
You know, God bless Texas, because they can lose great running backs, and they just go into the portal and they get a great running back. Oh, no, they got 2 great running backs. To get Smothers, to get Brown to come over, obviously guys with experience at big-time universities, I expect Texas to be able to run the football and, Jesse, have one of the best 1-2 punches in all of college football.
Yeah, I mean, they want to come play with Arch Manning, let's be honest. And they know it's an offense that defenses are going to be worried about the deep ball, throwing it downfield, so a lot of soft boxes to run into, and there's really no excuse for why these running backs shouldn't absolutely stat it up this year. Steve Sarkisian told us they're going to be committed to running the football and having balance. Because of those names you just mentioned, we're expecting this running game to be elite.
So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. He's got it. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, 3rd down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win, and gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
Guys, when you really take a look at Texas, really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top 2 teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously, at the top like these teams are, the head-to-head this day will really matter down the road.
Yeah, this was a game we circled way back in the preseason, expecting these 2 teams to be as good as they are, and now we get to find out who's the best in conference. Both these teams relishing this opportunity to show not only their opponent, but the rest of the conference who the top dog is.
And the Longhorns trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Texas!
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
And after the extra point, they cut the lead in half, down 14-7. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here come the Missouri Tigers, the offense ready to go to work. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first 2 drives, and they're back to work now. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, and that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time that's what forced the incomplete.
Give to the left, it's Hardy. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Lined up in the gun, here's Simmons. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Pucks it out of the air. They'll get it to the 48, no need to measure, it's a 1st down. third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Here's Simmons to throw. Finds his tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Nice completion, nice short gain. Now it sets up 3rd down. And wait a minute, 3rd down now becomes, we're going to go for it on 4th down anyway, so it really doesn't matter that much. Great job getting a little chunk. Now we get to go have some fun.
Simmons from the gun on 3rd down. Finds space on the right. There he goes. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
Big-time players make big plays in big games, man. It seems like each and every week when this guy has an opportunity in the end zone, he's coming up with the big one. That time, great job focusing and concentration. Defense not able to cover him. That's his now 10th receiving touchdown on the year.
So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
And he's got enough for the 1st down. It'll be at the 35.
Well, I know he was struggling to get going early in this game. That right there, though, was easily his best run so far. And this is one of the more talented running backs you're going to see in the entire nation. They need more runs like that to get this offense going if they're going to win this game.
That did not fool anybody. The defense right there to knock him down for the big loss. The Longhorns now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. That's caught. It's Townsend. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. And while that last pass was complete, it's left them in an even worse situation on 3rd down. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. And the pass is incomplete here on 3rd down, but there is a flag. Let's check it out. This defense happy with how that last play turned out. Failed to decline the penalty. The Longhorns will punt it away on 4th down. First one of the day is on its way, and he's been sort of scarce around here. Only called on 1 time in that loss last week. Ready to fire from the pistol. Here's Hardy to begin the drive. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. The Tigers want to move quickly. Simmons. Oh, they're after him. Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
Lined up in the gun. Here's Simmons on 3rd. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. Missouri will have to send out the punt team. They'll look to pin him deep. Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. Makes a move. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. To the air, it's Manning. Looking left. Complete downfield. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a 1st down at the 31. Last completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Here's Arch to throw. Got it in the middle. It's Brown. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. The Longhorns look to do some damage in the red zone. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Quick strike complete. Now the connection takes it to the 11. Now the Longhorns will call the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Manning to the air again. Caught. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. And now a chance not only to cut into the lead, but play it just right, and maybe the other team doesn't even get a chance to answer. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
A lot of times when you go back and you revisit these games, who takes advantage of these opportunities in the red zone, in these goal-to-go situations? Bad job on 1st down by the...
And he will score! Touchdown, Texas!
That textbook how you end a first half. You're trailing, you need to put a drive together. Great job using all of the clock, getting the TD, and you want to talk about creating some momentum going into the half and knowing I get the football, so everything trending in the right direction.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? They'll start this drive on the ground with Hardy. Short gain on that run as the clock winds down here late in the half. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update. Missouri will kick it off to open this 2nd half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. We check in with Holly Rowe.
I caught up with the Longhorns head coach at the half. They are really thrilled with how their defense is playing so far. They knew coming in that they had a really tough opponent in the wide receiver on the other team, somebody who could change a game with one route. But their defense has been stout and solid. We'll see if they can continue to do that here as that wide receiver gets the ball here to start the 2nd half. Back to you.
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly. Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And after that extra point, we have a tie ball game in the 3rd quarter. What a way to send a message. Huge play in the running game. 1 snap, and you've got a touchdown on the board. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here's Hardy to begin the drive. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Throwing Simmons. Pressure coming, and down he goes.
Well, after putting up 5 sacks in their last game, this defense was hungry for more coming into this one, and they knew it was going to be maybe a little bit tougher going up against this offensive line. They've had some struggles in this game so far getting to the QB, but they finally got to him there.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Lined up in the gun, here's Simmons. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. So Missouri will have to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Makes the catch. Wants to make a move upfield. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Let's see what Holly Rowe has for us on the sideline.
Here on the Texas sideline, there have been so many momentum swings here in the...
Breaks into the open. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. And the Longhorns come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Brought down at the 48 after a gain of 5.
I'll tell you, this running back, he is running behind an offensive line that is playing in unison right now, doing a great job communicating pre-snap. They're getting hats on hats in the run game.
They stop him at the 42, but they get it across midfield, pick up 10 and the first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
They feed him again. Got a little space. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And a nice crisp run. Great job. Maybe expecting pass, in second down, but really good job running the football, committing to it, getting the first down.
Running inside. It's Smothers. There's some room. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. And the Longhorns come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Brown. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorn. They look finished, but they're all the way back, and they have the lead. And the extra point makes it a 28-21 score. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. They go play action with Simmons. It's complete on the right side. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. The Tigers want to pick up the tempo.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw...
Oh, he's got some space. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
And this defense, man, they've got to find some answers. They've been less physical than the offense. They've owned the line of scrimmage. They're running the football, putting a drive together. All right, now in the red zone, field shrinking. How do they handle this situation? Bring more bodies, be more physical, be more aggressive.
Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down.
Blue 22. Blue.
They'll give it to Hardy. Tripped up for the tackle.
The best red zone offenses are the ones who can run the ball in this area, but that's a tough ask today, especially against this unit. One of the best 5 defenses in the nation stopping the run. This is a really big moment in this game.
On third down, here's Hardy. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal. And the Tigers pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. They'll run it with Hardy. Touchdown, Missouri! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? Looking for the tie with the extra point.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. The run inside. It's Smothers. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. This game is all but officially a wrap as we take a look at the top 25. Late in the season, time running short. Teams want to make their move in the rankings. These two teams about to find out what they're made of as we open the fourth, all tied up. So the final period starts with a second down play. Here's Manning to throw. Firing to the right, complete. Turning it on. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line.
And we've seen him do it by land, right? They've been handing him the football, and he's been finding space, making some plays, and now he does it by air. They find him, throw him the football, proving to be a dual threat. This is a guy they like to feature in this offense because he'll continue to make big plays.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Man, a lot of times when you blitz that linebacker, it's about timing. You don't show your hand, and he gets up to the line of scrimmage, gets right through the line, and makes the tackle for a loss.
And as soon as the running back gets the football, he's got a face full of linebacker.
Not much you can do there. Like, you got to have a little better block. You got to identify that blitz a little bit faster by the offensive line.
And as a quarterback, when you're facing man coverage, you've got to find your best one-on-one matchup. That receiver did a tremendous job. Quickness, changing.
Got a little grass. Touchdown, Longhorns! And they've moved out front here in the fourth. The Longhorns with a huge score to answer. The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And that's not how you want to start a drive. On the very first play, you give up a sack and you lose a ton of yards. Quarterback, you've got to know, just throw the ball away, know when the play is over.
The Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Here's Simmons to throw. Fires to the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He's loose. He's at the into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. The Tigers are back on top. Extra point here will tie the game.
And that's what makes this guy so dangerous. You get him the ball early, and he can do all the work after the catch. Phenomenal job in the open field. Uses the speed. It's a long touchdown. Man, it feels like an earthquake just went off here.
Yeah, and it's so nice to have that guy that you can find, and he can make all that damage after the catch. And I tell you what, as a defense, you've got to respect it. You've got to get more eyeballs on him and more attention to him.
And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Just feeds the running back.
I know 4 yards doesn't seem like a lot, but man, it's so nice when you can dictate to a defense. And 4 yards, back-to-back plays, now set up where the whole playbook's available. I can do whatever I want. I can be aggressive. I love when offenses stay in that third down and short range.
Man, what a surge by this defense. I think he's going to be a little bit short of the first down.
A lot of times you see these defenses.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. Has to get there to move the sticks. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. We've got a tie game, and this defense will try to keep it that way with just a few minutes left. They go to the end around to start the drive. That'll get them thinking. Outstanding work by this defense, reading their keys, staying at home, and knocking him down for a loss. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. To throw, Manning. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
When you're seeing the pass rush on the second play of the drive, they dial it up. Look at the speed and athleticism this defense has as they corral the quarterback for a loss.
The clock stops as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the game. What a big play this one could be. Tight game, getting late, 3rd and long coming up. Manning with a play fake. Going to throw it over the top of the knee. Goes high to pull it in. And he's not going to be able to convert. Knocked down just inches shy of the first down.
Man, and that's just making it way too easy on the defense. They're laughing at that short throw. They're like, really? Okay, we'll just make an easy tackle and jog our punt return team out on the field. We're going to make it that easy for us.
Going for it on 4th down late in a tie game. This is a huge play. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down. Now we'll hang on here. The coach has called a timeout. He wants the officials to take another look. Thinks he's got a good shot at getting this one overturned. He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. Simmons fires to the big fella. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it. They're down to the 35 on 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Simmons. Just a short pass to the tight end. They make the stop, not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. Back to pass. Finds the tight end. Timeout taken by Texas. It's their 2nd. The brain trust getting thoughts together for this big 3rd down coming up. They probably feel good about their field goal chances from the 29, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. Lined up in the gun, here's Simmons. Gets it out quickly. There he goes. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17. Mizzou coming out with a fresh set of downs. Trying to run, it's Hardy. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. The Longhorns stop the clock for the final time, calling their 3rd timeout. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. Motion from the wideout. Back to the ground with the running back. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? It'll be 3rd and long. They'll try to run it in with Hardy. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. It's good! A huge field goal, and they've taken the lead in the waning seconds.
How about the kicker coming through in a must-have moment? They had to have this kick to take the lead late in the ballgame. All the pressure, give me all the pressure, and he comes through in the clutch.
It comes down to this. One more snap left in this game. If they get a touchdown, they can find a way to win it. He wants a big play here late. It's picked off. That's number 10. And he goes to the ground, and that's how this game is going to end. How much fun was that? I mean, you just dream of having games like that every time you go into the booth. I'll watch those two teams play anytime.
Yeah, that's what's fun about good teams. Really good teams squaring off. Like, there wasn't a lot of difference between these two squads. We could watch these every week. Love calling these games because they're competitive. Great talent on the field. Palmer, unfortunately, somebody had to lose.
Yeah, and the higher-ranked team was ranked higher for a reason. At the end of the day, when it came down to it, they made the biggest plays in the most critical moments. Both of these teams have tremendous playmakers, and they're both going to make a lot of noise late in the college football season, but give the higher-ranked team tons of credit. They earned this one.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.